Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have a very serious case of brain rot that is thanks to the topic of today's video. I finally sat my ass down a couple weeks ago and decided to watch season 1 of Smiling Friends because I have been on an insane Oni Place kick, and because I've been meaning to for a while, but that's besides the point. And I'm just gonna need to let you guys into the dilapidated state of my mind currently, because today I'm here to convince you that Smiling Friends is an absolutely iconic cartoon. Forget an Adult Swim cartoon tier list. We're gonna skip to talking about why this show is an absolute S-tier ranked cartoon, an absolutely iconic cartoon, and of course, why you should go and watch it right now, even though I'm about to spoil every episode right now. Kinda. I'm not gonna be talking about the funny bits, but more so the overall plot of every episode. But still, go watch it. However, before we get into all the episodes, we have to talk about the basics of the show. The basic bread and butter of the show is that Charlie and Pim are our main characters, and they work for a place called Smiling Friends, where their job is to make people happy and smile, thus ensuing a slew of shenanigans. Now that you know all that, let's just jump on into the episodes and start with the first episode, which is very notable and very meme to shit. Desmond's Day Out is a great intro to what Charlie and Pim do. They try to make people happy and smile, and they're asked to do this by checking on a person named Desmond. However, you probably know about this episode already because of these two bits.
Hey, little buddy, how are you doing?
Oh my god!
Whoa, whoa,
Oh my
whoa,
god!
whoa, whoa,
Oh my god!
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause.
Yeah. Now you know what this show is, right? Basically, the goal of this episode is for Charlie and Pim to make Desmond smile so he doesn't, you know. They try to do this by making Desmond experience Pim's absolutely wonderful home life.
I was down in the bloody mines for 14 hours today! You tell me to shut up!
Wow, Pim, this is really going well.
Going to a totally chill party.
Hello there, I'm Pim. Would you like to be our friend?
Whoa! What the f***, dude?
And by going to a theme park. Nothing seems to work, however, and when they go back to the Smiling Friends building to get Desmond to fill out paperwork before, you know.
Gonna kill myself now.
He kills a little creature thing that's taken over the office and finds his purpose in life again, becoming an exterminator, which makes him not suicidal anymore, and he becomes very happy. A job well done for Charlie and Pim. Now, despite how dark this episode may sound, there's a lesson I took from this that I think is incredibly important and makes sense that goes with this story, in my opinion. You can fill your life with temporary boosts of happiness, but you need to find some sort of purpose or passion to truly make your life worth living and meaningful for yourself. Deep, I know, and that was just the pilot episode. So let's just keep the ball rolling and we'll talk about all the deep stuff a little bit later. Mr. Frog is an episode about Charlie and Pim trying to help Mr. Frog basically change the public's view on him after a fucked up incident occurred.
When the beloved American icon put a TMZ reporter in his mouth. Though the reporter, who was in Mr. Frog's mouth for 7 agonizing minutes, was unharmed.
And obviously,
Can I get a selfie with you, Mr. Frog?
Probably working with all those filthy...
shit does not go their way.
That was really bad.
Well, because of all this, Mr. Frog decides to take matters into his own hands, and after the TV exec who ended up ruining the Mr. Frog show by PG-ifying it to stop it associating with Mr. Frog,
Why don't they like it? We spent $250 million on this.
tells Mr. Frog off, which goes over very... yeah, not very well. But all's well that ends well per usual, so it's another job well done by the Smiling Friends company. The moral of this episode? Maybe don't shoot yourself in the foot by PG-ifying a very well-beloved show, you know, because you think it'll do better that way.
What is this shit?
And of course, be honest with your apologies, because people will always be able to tell when you're doing it just for personal gain. Yeah, that's the most I got from it, to be honest. But don't worry, the next episode's little lesson is just totally makes up for the funniness of this last episode. Shrimp's Odyssey is about Charlie and Pim helping our boy Shrimp win back the love of his life, Shrimpina. That is, if they ever manage to pry him away from his computer.
Hooray! I just reached level 987413 in Mouse Quest.
They do, obviously, or else we wouldn't have an episode. And Charlie goes the route of, who cares about Shrimpina? Let's get you to change your entire self to woo other women, which goes about as well as you'd expect for Shrimp.
How do I look, yellow man?
You look like you're about to tell your friend not to come to school tomorrow, man.
Meanwhile, Pim goes and asks Shrimpina out for Shrimp and ends up actually falling in love with her, and decides to say that she rejected Shrimp to have her all to himself. This really upsets Shrimp, and him and Charlie go to have a drink and cope at the same place that Pim's meeting Shrimpina. Seeing how sad Shrimp is, Pim decides to be a good guy and bring them over to see each other again, except, well...
My name is Jennifer.
I have never met this woman in my entire life.
But it all works out anyways, because they're actually perfect for each other, and she loves Shrimp just the way he is.
You're telling me you're a 4'6" shrimp with a receding hairline who loves Mouse Quest? You're literally everything I've ever dreamed about.
Loves them a little too much if you ask me. They should definitely get a fucking room. But we love a be who you are and somebody will love you for that kind of lesson. Which is something we definitely don't get in this next episode. Now this episode's just crack, okay? A silly Halloween special is basically Pym going into the forest to get wood for a fire, and he ignores the boss's advice to not go beyond the rickety bridge, and well... yeah, that thing happens. The episode ends with the monster following Pym into the company building and getting torn apart because they accuse him of doing blackface.
Yeah, thanks for wrangling up that firewood, buddy. Halloween is saved.
Yeah, there's no lesson to this. This is just a cracked out episode, and let's move on to the next one, shall we? Who Violently Murdered Simon S. Salty is an episode where Charlie and Pym go to the fast food joint called Salty's and find the owner, Simon S. Salty, murdered. And they have to interview the mascots to find out what the hell happened, which is as dramatic.
Just the thought of it makes me ever so lightheaded. Oh!
Weird.
We did have a little break to have a little kiss in the closet.
And batshit.
Well, that's a nice story and all, but it doesn't really answer my question.
As you'd expect it to be. And in the end, they find out that all the mascots actually did something to Salty.
How many fucking people killed this guy?
But he really died of a heart attack. So hey, all the mascots are actually innocent.
That means we legally can all go free! Yay!
I don't think it means that. I'm just...
But also batshit fucking insane. Moral of the story? Don't trust fast food mascots. Grimace, though, is actually kind of cool, though. I trust him. It's another cracked out episode, but we could use that after all the seriousness of the other episodes. And speaking of seriousness, this next episode throws us back into having lessons and morals to the story. Enchanted Forest has Charlie and Pym go to the Enchanted Forest to make a princess smile, but they get into some shit along the way.
Oh, where are we?
Did I pick the wrong hand?
Oh, we were right there, man!
But they get saved from the witch by a little fella named Mip. From here on, Mip joins them on their quest and drives a wedge between Charlie and Pym by bolstering Charlie's sense of importance with him being a hero and solving quests, writing a song for him and even wanting him to take his quest to bringing a box to the princess as well. Which Pym doesn't take too kindly and results in, well...
I earned it! I earned it!
Ah!
Oh my god!
Yeah, and his dying wish is for Pym to take the package to the princess to make up for obviously driving a wedge between them. It's a really cute story, right? They made it to the castle, they dropped off the present, they're gonna make the princess smile, all's well that ends well.
Did you just say Mip? He's my stalker.
Bob the whole time?
But I mean, she still smiles because Mip is dead, so it's a job well done. The lesson here? You shouldn't let jealousy get in the way between you and your friendships with other people, or else it could actually hurt other people in the long run.
Oh, shit, I was not expecting
that genuinely took me off guard.
A little bit more hidden of a lesson there, but a lesson nonetheless. And trust me, if you thought that one was hidden. Frowning Friends is basically where Charlie and Pym meet their polar opposites. To go make someone smile and either make them sad beyond all belief prior to their encounter.
Man, I don't know what to think no more, man. Okay, let's de-escalate. Always messing with your head.
Get out of my head!
Or while they're trying to work.
Ah, yes, but think about how much time and energy it would take to become a balloon salesman.
Which results in everyone taking their side and wanting to be sad and stop smiling and...
No, please don't kill me, please, no, I don't want to die, please don't kill me, please don't, please don't.
Relax, man. I was just gonna shoot you in the head and kill you.
Yeah, so the dude changed his mind real quick when faced with a gun. They end up smiling because they were able to drive the boss mad with their plan, and that's that. Nothing else really happens in this episode. The moral of this story? When faced with death, even the most pessimistic bastards don't want to die and can still find something in life to make them smile, and that's worth living for.
Fire!
No matter how short their time left is. Now, before you say anything, I know I kind of shoehorned that little message in there. I get it, but it makes sense to me. And in my personal opinion, the deepness of that is perfectly balanced out with the last episode of the season. Charlie dies and doesn't come back is basically a little Christmas special that's name gives away the big thing.
Oh, is this putting anyone in a bad mood, huh? Is this putting anyone in a bad mood?
Charlie dies. And the episode is him trying to come back. It happened is quite simple, actually. Charlie and Pym get into an argument because Pym says Charlie never wants to do anything, and Charlie being in hell.
Welcome to IT Double Hockey Sticks!
Charlie then goes on a quest to make Satan smile in order to get out, and in true Charlie fashion, really doesn't go as planned. But all this torture brought joy to Satan, and while he tries to go back on the deal,
Quickly, Charlie, get on!
Blast! Foiled again!
yeah, he got some divine intervention. Basically, Charlie confronted his own issue of pessimism and agitation through Satan, and for that,
It's a Christmas miracle.
the lesson here? Don't be pessimistic or you're going to hell. And you might run into grandma in hell, and nobody wants to deal with that. And that is the plot of every episode of Smiling Friends Season 1, as well as with a little bit of meaning behind it that I found from it. Even the shitty meanings from the crack episodes, I could find meaning there too. And now we have to talk about why I'm even making this video. And that's because the thing about Smiling Friends is that no matter how fine and dandy this all seems when you actually watch everything in context, I really do believe that it got off to a rough start when it aired because people had the wrong idea about the show. Going back to Desmond's Day Out and, well...
Look, Pym, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Some people did not take kindly to this bit. And this article tends to stick out in my mind when I'm thinking back as to why people got this impression of the show that is absolutely wrong. And specifically this part of the article. Yeah. That's a thing, I guess. To give you some idea of what the Smiling Friends find funny, simply look to where it all began. On April Fool's Day 2020, an early pilot episode was released by Cartoon Network's sleazy Big Brother. That episode of Smiling Friends was a 10 to 15 minute joke making fun of suicide and suicidal individuals. Yeah, I don't know what our buddy Corbin over here watched, but that is an Olympic level reach for something that isn't even fucking true. It's reviews like this that I believe some people may have taken to heart and decided without watching the show that it was gonna be some offensive nightmare. Which, don't get me wrong, some of the jokes in this may teeter on the "this is offensive" line for some, but it gives off the same energy as South Park in my opinion. It's really no harm, no foul. And I'm just gonna say this right now, personally, I didn't see anything outright fucky with any of the episodes, and as I pointed out, every episode seemingly has a moral to the story or a lesson. To say that Desmond's Day Out boils down to haha suicide is an absolutely bullshit take on this, because, no offense, the ending's pretty accurate. TMI, but as someone who's been there, tried that, obviously with failed results, that episode hit home for me and was a genuinely good way to talk about suicide in my opinion, because it points out that you have to find something you're passionate about to actually make your life worth living, because you can't just live off dopamine rushes or take the you have family and friends to live for shit seriously because, well...
You tell me to shut up!
Dude, what the f***? Why are you f***ing here, man?
Is this supposed to make me not want to kill myself?
You gotta give your life purpose and throw yourself into shit you're passionate about because you'll still have bad days. We all do. But that one thing you're passionate about will make the bad days worth getting through. Now, with that all being said, I think it's time that we finally jump into the deep shit regarding this. The lessons or morals to the story that make Smiling Friends iconic. Smiling Friends might be a funny show about two people trying to make people smile, but it's the lessons to the story that are provided within some of the episodes that make it truly iconic. Smiling Friends is able to tackle subjects such as suicide, jealousy, pessimism, and beyond that, and turn it into something genuinely entertaining without losing the value or message to the episode. They're also able to tackle subjects that are commonly up for debate, such as does PG-ifying media that's controversial ruin said media, and handles that discussion really well, yet still in a humorous way. This show definitely seems like mindless fun from someone that hasn't watched it, but honestly, after sitting down and watching the show, it's very clear that the little moral to the story and takeaways from each episode are genuinely what make the show more than just the next funny show on Adult Swim. It separates the show from the rest and makes it truly iconic in every sense of the word. Now, I know me saying that the show's iconic is not going to be true for everyone, and that's fine, not everyone is going to have the same style of humor. But if you're a fan of Psychic Pebbles on YouTube and a fan of Oni Plays in my case, this show is going to be right up your alley and you're just going to have a blast with it because it's basically the show version of their humor. To sweeten the deal, every episode is basically short as hell, the longest is literally 12 minutes long. And you don't even need to watch the show in one sitting or in any particular order at all because it's really just for shits and giggles. And in my opinion, that's kind of what's needed right now in terms of cartoons because, no offense, I will gladly take a short cartoon that allows me to watch at my own leisure and in any particular order I want over anything that Netflix is putting up nowadays. Looking at you, Big Mouth, I don't know how you got 6 seasons, but Oh my god. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this genuinely out of nowhere video on Smiling Friends. I really wanted to make this because, in all honesty, this show has been on my mind for weeks now. I literally watch it while I'm working because it's just good background noise, and I really want more people to give it a shot. Plus, I like talking about things I like every now and then. Smiling Friends is getting a season 2, which is genuinely exciting, but I'm just saying that this show's more than just funny bits, and that's what honestly makes it so iconic to me, at least. Even though the funny bits are pretty fucking great. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe down below because I have more content coming your way very soon. I'm working on normal YouTube internet videos, don't worry, this was just for funsies. And to make my brain feel happy because the shit that we're gonna be talking about is just going to absolutely decimate my brain cells. I'm not gonna talk about those anymore, you'll see them when they come out, and until then, go check out Smiling Friends. Maybe tell me what you thought about it in the comments below because I genuinely fucking love talking about this show. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!